It's the Ford Show. Ford Motor Company of Australia presents the Ford Show Orchestra led by Bob Gibson with Ray Dixon, Johnny O'Connor and the Consoleers, while the man at the wheel is yours truly, Guy Dolman. Our guest this week comes from the current Sydney Tivoli production Spice on Ice, America's Billy Banks. And the Ford Show rings up tonight's entertainment with a flourish from the Consoleers. It's got to be this or that.
If it ain't wrong, it's right. If it ain't dark, it's light. If you ain't sure, you might. Gotta be this or that. If it ain't full, it's blank. If you don't spend, you bank. If it ain't thing, it's frank. Gotta be this or that. Who can it be if it ain't me? I know it's not your brother. Can't you see it's gotta be one way or the other? Tell me what I must know. If you don't like, I'll go. If it ain't yes, it's no. Gotta be this or that. I know it's not your brother. Can't you see it's gotta be one way or the other? Tell me what I must know. If you don't like, I'll go. If it ain't yes, it's no. Gotta be this or that. It's either a carpet or else it's a mess. It can't be a dog if it's really a cat. Gotta be this or that.
A light car is the right car for the family man who watches his budget. Not any light car, of course, but a Ford Prefect, the world's newest, finest 10-horsepower sedan. That's a pretty confident statement. But you'll agree it's the simple truth, Mr. and Mrs. Motorist, when you've driven this fine Ford yourself. And your Ford dealer will gladly arrange a test drive. Prefect is a light car only in the sense that it costs less to buy and less to run than larger models. But while driving, you'll find that its 10-horsepower motor gives remarkable top gear performance, effortless cruising speed, and flexibility. There's miracle ride comfort and move-around space for all passengers. Your nearby Ford dealer wants you to test drive Prefect entirely without obligation. He knows that this fine car will tell you more about itself than he can. After a test drive, he'll show you how to make a money-saving deal on your present car and how to buy Prefect on terms that suit your pocket.
Tone of romance and a tender background rhythm, Johnny O'Connor sings the eternal song of the lonely, set in the tempo of modern times, the nearness of you.
It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me. All my wildest dreams come true. I need no soft light to enchant me, if you'll only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight, and to feel in the night the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me, all my wildest dreams come true. I need no soft light to enchant me, if you'll only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight, and to feel in the night the nearness of you.
Tonight we feature the orchestra in a brand new work written and arranged by our trombone player Jack Grimsley. So with a downbeat from Bob Gibson, here is Jack Grimsley's Flight of Fancy. Now we present Melbourne's Ray Dixon and one of the sweetest songs of all time, The Night is Young and You're So Beautiful.
So proper and polite upon this lovely night, we sit here making foolish conversation. Instead of being bright, let's be ourselves tonight and take advantage of the situation. The night is young and you're so beautiful. Here among the shadows, beautiful lady. Open your heart. The scene is set, the breezes sing of it. Can't you get into the swing of it, lady? When do we start? When the lady is kissable and the evening is cool, any dream is permissible in the heart of a fool. The moon is high and you're so glamorous, and if I seem over amorous, lady, what can I do? The night is young and I'm in love with you. When the lady is kissable and the evening is cool, any dream is permissible in the heart of a fool. The moon is high and you're so glamorous, and if I seem over amorous, lady, what can I do? The night is young and I'm in love with you.
By special arrangement with David and Martin in Tivoli Theaters, we present as this week's guest star, America's Billy Banks. Billy Banks comes to us tonight from Billy Rose's world-famous Diamond Horseshoe in New York, via England, Europe, Asia, and the Far East. For many years, he recorded in America with the late Fats Waller, and has worked with such great stars as Lena Horne and Gene Kelly. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Billy Banks.
The
the days grow long, soon I'll hear old winter's song, but I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves begin to fall, since you went away, the days grow long, soon I'll hear old winter's song, but I miss you most of all, oh my darling. When autumn leaves begin to Thank you very much. Recently, I overheard a conversation between Louis Armstrong and his girlfriend that went something like this.
I can't give you anything but love, oh, love, love. That's the only thing I'm ready, oh, baby, dream a while, scheme a while, visualize happiness, and I guess what I'd like to see you looking swell, diamond bracelets, Woolworth don't mess around with, oh baby, baby, till that lucky day. I know darn well that about the moves I can't give you anything but love.
Oh, you can't give me nothing else but love, love, love. That's the only thing I can do. Oh, baby, oh, because you is just fine. Happy news and I do. Love it down, baby. La, la, la. Oh, baby, till that lucky day I know that we'll 16 times. Three coins in the foot, ding, ding.
Clunk.
I love that we get that swing How much is that doggy in the window?
Big boy, would you buy me that little doggy in the window?
Honey, I ain't got no money to buy you a hot dog.
Wow.
Love is all you get today. You can take your love away. I want more than love.
Prefect is the right car for the man or woman of limited income who wants the world's newest, finest 10-horsepower motoring. Rather than attempt to explain why Ford Prefect is so right in every aspect of styling, safety, performance, and comfort, I'd like you to discover its many all-better features for yourself. Now, this can easily be done without incurring any obligation by calling or ringing your nearby Ford dealer and asking for a test drive. Because he knows that this is the surest way for this fine Ford to make friends, he'll arrange for you to take the wheel yourself and test drive Prefect over roads of all kinds. The test drive will convince you that Prefect is the car you'll want to own, and your Ford dealer will show you how easily you can own it. He will make a money-saving deal on your present car and offer surprisingly flexible terms to fit the family budget. Ring your nearby Ford dealer tomorrow. Tell him I invited you to call. He'll gladly bring a new Prefect to your home and let you put it through its paces.
Tonight, the Ford Show Orchestra, under Bob Gibson, pays tribute to the genius of a great jazz pianist, a master of rhythm, a crowned king of the keyboard, the plump, jaunty little man who played like an angel, the late Thomas Waller, known to his friends in the world as Fats. In the golden age of jazz, Fats Waller was one of its greatest apostles, filling the air with the wild rhythms of his earlier masterpieces, Red Hot Danny, Harlem Fuss, and other virtuoso pieces of the new medium. But Fats really came into his own when he turned singer. And our guest star, Billy Banks, recalls one of his greatest songs as he sings the Fats Waller favorites, Honeysuckle Rose.
Every honeybee feels with jealousy when they see you out with me. I don't blame them, goodness knows you're my honeysuckle rose. Flowers inside when you're passing by, and I know the reason why. Your confection, goodness knows you're my honeysuckle rose. I don't buy sugar, all I gotta do is touch your cup. You're my sugar, you're so sweet when I stir you up. When I'm taking sips from your tasty lips, how the honey drips your confection. Goodness knows you're my honeysuckle rose. Yeah! Yeah, baby! That's the honeysuckle rose. sugar. All I gotta do is touch your cup. You're my sugar. You're so sweet when I stir you up. When you take sips from your tasty lips, how the honey drips. Your confection, goodness knows. You're my honeysuckle rose.
All through his colorful life, Thomas Fats Waller lived and played expensively, with a vast zest both for music and the tempo of living. Acknowledged master of all styles of jazz, from his famous rocking rhythm to the barrel roll, he earned the admiration of lovers of classics and jazz alike. As one of his friends put it, under the sweet right hand of sentiment, the solid left rolled on like heat thunder on a summer day. And now Billy Banks, our guest star, and Fats Waller's old friend, recalls one of his best-known songs, Ain't Misbehavin'.
No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving all my love for you. I know for certain the one I love. No use in flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Like Jackie Horner in the corner, I don't go nowhere. What do I care? It's just your love I'm thinking of. Oh, hush, baby, believe me. I don't stay out late, don't care to go. Home about 8, just me and my radio. It is behaving, saving my love for you. I'm saving all my love for you.
Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you, only for you. I'm saving my love for you.
Show featured as guest star America's Billy Banks by arrangement with David N. Martin and Tivoli Theatres with Ray Dixon, Johnny O'Connor, the Consoleers, the Ford Show Orchestra led by Bob Gibson, and your master of ceremonies, Guy Dolman. The Ford Show is produced and directed by Darcy Fitzgerald. David Lowe speaking.
A reminder too, David, that the Ford Show will be back again at the same time next week, presented by Ford Motor Company of Australia. The Ford Show is broadcast over an Australia-wide network to our armed forces in the Far East through the British Commonwealth Forces Network and on shortwave through Radio Australia. Until the same time next week, it's good night from
F-O-R-D.
And remember, wherever you go, wherever you are, watch the Fords go by.